Here's the big thing about TMZ, guys.
Yes.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah.
So TMZ has been throughout this trial. These are fucking cucks. They've been copyright claiming all of us, including law tubers. They've been trying to do that shit to me. Fuck you. It's fair use, right? Suck my dick. TMZ.
I have something important to add after this about TMZ in a second.
Fuck you, TMZ. I'm saying that live. But so they essentially claimed the video from the courtroom. This was played in the courtroom. It is an exhibit in court. So it's a public document. It's been submitted to court. You cannot claim copyright over a fucking public document, over a court document. But they were claiming that the video of Johnny Depp slamming the cupboards. Have you seen that one, Fresh?
No.
There's this video where Johnny Depp is slamming cupboards. He's pissed off. You know why he's pissed off? Because he found out that day that his lawyer and his business partner, who he's known for decades, have been stealing millions from him. So he's pissed. I'd be pissed too.
Yeah.
I mean, Fresh, if someone's stealing millions from you, you'd probably be pretty mad, right?
Yeah, my trust is gone
right.
at that point.
Yeah, you're fucking pissed.
But if he steals Louis Vuitton bag, he don't give a fuck.
This nigga, bro.
You fucking losers out there in Texas. All right?
Oh, man.
We're not mad.
So he's justifiably pissed, right? Yeah. So he's fucking pissed. I would be pissed too. I'd be slamming shit too. So he's slamming cabinets. He's pissed off. And he goes and he pours himself what he calls, they tried to shame him on it, the mega pint of wine, right? A mega pint. It's this giant fucking glass, right? It's pretty much a mason jar on a stem.
Damn.
Right? So he pours himself a fucking mega pint, right? That's a merch, by the way. Mega pint is 100% merch. By the way, I still have a store. If you want to look at my merch, I've put some merch up for this under my description. It's a Legal Mindset store on Teespring, so you can check that out. But he pours himself a giant glass of wine. Little does he know, this entire time, that fucking bitch Amber Heard was recording him.
Wow.
Question for you on this. Because I noticed that a significant amount of evidence was used from surreptitious recordings.
Yes.
If I'm not mistaken, California is a two-party state, correct?
I have no fucking clue how they got that in. You're right. You're right.
It is a single party.
I don't know how that was admissible. Frankly, yeah. And once again, I'm not a California attorney, but I don't pretend to be one.
Because it's illegal here in Florida. Like you can't record someone without their consent. Audio-wise or anything. I don't know how that came in. And by the way, we're not privy to a lot of the hearings where they admitted this evidence and like where they discussed what was admissible, what was not admissible, what was going to come in or not. So like we didn't get a lot of that conference talk. California right now.
But
or no, wouldn't it be Virginia?
No, it was recorded in California.
But they did the trial out of Virginia.
Now there were certain recordings that by the way, that they were recording for part of their couples counseling. So I guess it could be implied if they were doing it for like purposes of couples counseling, they consented to it, right? So there might be some consent. Clearly there was enough consent to get it fucking admitted as evidence. But here's the thing. Admitted as evidence, right? And actually at the end of the video, Johnny sees Amber's recording him, takes the phone and fucking turns it off and walks away. So TMZ,
two-party consent, California.
Yeah. So by the way, two-party consent means that both parties have to consent to be recorded, right? The one who's recording and the one who
can't secretly record someone in California or even in Florida without their consent.
Yes.
Wow.
So TMZ, the cucks that they are, start trying to strike people on YouTube and everyone else. And we're like, how the fuck can they claim copyright to this? The only way for them to get copyright is if they bought it. But Johnny Depp's not selling it. So who's the only person who could have sold it? Amber Turd. That's right, people. And they were fighting tooth and fucking nail to keep that fact from coming out. And in the trial, there was a person who testified who was a former employee of TMZ. He looks like Draco Malfoy all grown up, right, from Harry Potter. He had the black suit, the black shirt, black nail polish, right? He had black everything. Fucking 100% Slytherin. So this guy came in and testified that the only way that would have come in based on TMZ's policies is if Amber Heard let it out, if Amber Heard leaked it.
And I want to make that very because he tried his best to kind of like not make it that obvious, but like you guys got to remember, so just so you guys know the facts. So she goes to the court, right? So this is basically sum it up for y'all, right? This is what happens. She tries to extort him. Hey, you need to pay me this much money. You need to give me these penthouses, etc. If you don't, I'm going to go public with you abusing me. He doesn't respond. So she goes, all right, cool. She goes to the courtroom, to the courthouse with a black eye on her face using that bruise kit that we discussed. Then she notifies TMZ, I'm going to be at the courthouse on this day. She even tells the motherfuckers where to stand to get a good shot. because she knows that they're going to take pictures.
So she told that to TMZ Draco. She said, hey, be here at that time. Have your people here. I'm going to turn to the side.
Yes.
So you can see my bruise. This is fucking specific. Like specific. I'm going to turn to the side, take a photo of me, and then I'll go walk off.
Bam. Because she's not stupid and she understands the power of a picture. They say a picture's worth 1,000 words.
Yeah.
Well, with this bruise kit, she was able to make it look like 1,000 words. So she comes out, they take the pictures, etc. And just like what Andrew said, you know, you got to peel the layer back. The fact that they're even able to claim copyright is because they own the content because they purchased it, right? Or given to it by another party. So Amber tried her best to try to distance herself from it, but it's obvious that, you know, she set it up.
Clear
but that is so diabolical, though. To think,
you fucking think
you're married to Johnny Depp. This is your husband of all people, right? And you're gonna go to that length to like ruin him? That's crazy.
Fresh. By the way, this is it. This is Morgan Tremaine.
That's the guy?
Morgan Tremaine. I call him TMZ Draco, but you know, you can call it what you want. But
he looks like
actually I made that name trend on Twitter. I take credit for that.
He looks like a guy that watches a H3 podcast. He looks like the type of guy that watches the H3 podcast.
He's actually seems like he's a cool guy though. Like he may come on creative, but the crazy thing is, Fresh, that all this stuff Amber did, the TRL this, was right as Johnny Depp's mom died.
Right.
And he had the launch of Alice Through the Looking Glass. So literally she timed this to trend in the news because Through the Looking Glass was premiering. So she essentially headline jacked, right? So she knew the headlines would be, oh, new movie, Johnny Depp. And so she drops this on the day of the premiere. So she literally did maximum effort to fuck him over. And she got on the stand, Fresh, and she said, oh, I only wanted to help Johnny. This was all just to help Johnny.